Hey everyone, Juno here. Just wanting to make a video for you talking about the new moon that's coming up this week on Friday, the day of Venus, and it is an extremely Venusian new moon at that. We have a Venus retrograde going on currently. Mercury is going to be right on top of Venus during this new moon, and it is a new moon in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So if you follow tropical astrology instead, stick with me. I'm still going to be talking about a lot of universal things like the aspects happening that are going to be the same no matter what zodiac you follow. So stick with me, feel what resonates, check it out, take what you want, leave what you don't. We'll go from there. So the main thing that I've noticed about the chart for the new moon is that it makes this like really juicy trine over to all this Capricorn energy where we have Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn still there, all retrograde as well. So this is really giving us the opportunity to tap into our like true power and even like a little bit of discipline to take action and get what you really want done in life. Everything is in, well, not everything, but like practically everything is in earth signs right now. So that to me says that, and we have to talk about the Taurus archetype a little bit. It is the earth Venus ruled sign, and to me it has this very Garden of Eden quality to it. So with this new moon, this is an opportunity to sort of stop and take stock and decide if you need to take a new path in order to get to the like Garden of Eden of life that you want. And like in this moment, you're human, you're in a body, you you get this life with which to do what you want, dream big. And if you are not on the path towards getting that, now is a perfect opportunity to sort of stop and till the field. This is very earth energy. This is very just putting the work in to get it done. Keep it simple. What do you want? Communicate what you want clearly and simply because we've got some Neptune action that's making miscommunications are going to be a big theme this new moon for some of us. So figure out what it is that you really want on like a higher level. What do you want to spend your life on? Are you going in that sort of a direction? Awesome. This is a time to sort of just get your hands dirty and do the work. Taurus is a fixed earth sign, and especially trying all of this like very powerful energy in Capricorn, which is a cardinal earth sign that is Saturn ruled too and really wants you to put the work and the time into getting whatever you want done. We have very little in water. We have very little in air, although there is definitely a heavy mercurial influence because Mercury is going to be right on top of Venus, who rules this lunation, which just means moon cycle. And Mercury is the wizard. With Mercury, you can manifest anything that you really want. Anything is available for you. You have to remember that we live in a multi-dimensional experience here on Earth. If you find things that do not resonate with where you want to go and are headed, you don't actually need to interact with it, you know? Um, Everyone is having their own experience, and while these experiences cross over, you don't necessarily actually have to spend your time on things that don't resonate and aren't going like headed towards the sort of world that you want to build, you know? Like, drop off. Don't have that Facebook argument. Don't spend your time on bullshit. Take stock of what you want to change and have and do and be in your world, in your material reality, and do it. Just do it. Don't think about it for too much. Don't like spend all of your time rationalizing or planning or too like far up in the air realm, you know. Um, there isn't a lot happening in water, but if you are having a lot of emotions coming up, being sort of dredged up by this Venus retrograde, then those are definitely indicators on whether or not you're on your correct sort of path. Um, but with all this earth energy, like you can have the world that you want. Make a list if you have to. If we sort of embody typically Virgo qualities within ourselves, then we sort of activate a full grand trine using all of the modalities of Earth, right? So from the heavens, we have fixed Earth, big time with Venus, Mercury, Moon, Sun. From cardinal Earth, we've got Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, all there to support you. So to really access this energy, embody Virgo qualities. Look around to your direct surroundings, make a list. Pick the first thing off that list and do it. Once that's done, pick the next thing off the list and do it. And before you know it, what you want to have happen in your life will happen, you know? Because really, like, you have the power to tap into like deep wells of personal power. If you're like looking around at the world and you don't know like where to start, what to do, start by just looking around your world. Okay, we change the world around us as we change ourselves. Um, we have, and this is going to be a theme throughout all of the Venus retrograde, and I've talked about it a little bit, but we have this square to Neptune. Neptune is actually the higher octave of Venus and represents sort of like spiritual oneness. It can bring deception and illusion and that sort of thing. So you have to be a little careful, and that's sort of where I'm coming from when I say that there's going to be a lot of miscommunications happening. But another thing to keep in mind is that Neptune rules the throat chakra. Okay, so this is going to be in square to Venus, which rules this whole moon cycle and the quality of time at the moment. And Venus rules our self-worth and our values. So now is definitely a time, if you have like a lot of emotions coming up, especially considering that, like, if you have a lot of emotions coming up, that is coming from deep within you. That is not the planets right now having an effect on you. If you are having these like deeply emotional experiences right now, those might be tip offs telling you that you are not actually going in your ideal sort of direction. There's going to be a lot of tower moments. If you are familiar with the tarot, tower moments basically just mean where suddenly, in like a sudden shocking revelation, the tower that you've built around yourself that keeps you safe starts to crumble, and you realize that it was never actually built on strong foundations in the first place. If you're experiencing something like this right now, it's best to allow that to come in. Allow the truth to come in. Speak your truth from your full sense of self-worth and from your values. And that is really what you need to tap into when it comes to any sort of choices. heavy Capricorn and Saturnian sort of energy, there's choices that need to be made. So if choices are coming up for you and it seems like things are like falling away in a scary way, try to, honestly, there's going to be a lot of, the best way to do it is just to surrender to it. Just let it come in. Let the changes that need to happen, because on the other side of that is your Garden of Eden. If you're living from a place of not feeling worthy, not feeling like you're spending your time on things that you value, that's the sort of thing that's going to slowly start to kill your spirit. And we can rationalize any um, reason to continue going on those sorts of paths. But at the end of the day, is that going to bring you to the place where you actually want to be? You get this one life, you get this one experience in this body on this earth. You can do anything with that. Truly. If you don't like the path you're on, choose another one. Sometimes it really is that simple. And if you feel like you're in a place of stagnation right now, like we've all been there, we're like sitting around, we wish the house was clean, but like it's just giving us so much anxiety, the idea of like actually doing the task. Just get up and fucking do it. It's gonna take you 5 minutes and then it'll be over. And there's this sort of quality to it. Coming up to Friday and these days leading up to it, the moon's going to be in Aries, and that's going to give you a bit of a last minute peek into what it is that you truly actually want. So pay attention to the cues coming up in these days leading up to it, and then just do it. Just do it. Decide what you want and do it. That's pretty much it. I'm going to pull the charts up now, and we're going to take a little look um, for those of you who are wanting to learn a little bit more. For those of you ducking out now, like and subscribe if you want to hear more videos like this. We're going to be talking about full moons, new moons. I'm thinking about doing a fun little live ritual actually for this new moon. So check in for that. And if you're not sure if you're going to make it, comment under this video. If there's any sort of like loving energy that you want to sort of add to the collective at this moment, comment it at the bottom of the video. Okay, now for the charts. Okay, so here's sort of what I was talking about. Here we can see all of the different elements. We've got fire, not much, air, a little bit, like a tiny bit, and it's all in Aquarius, right? So Aquarius is an innovator and is concerned with sort of humanitarian ideals, and it's the water bearer. It brings resources where it is needed the most. With Mars there especially, where your resources are needed the most are in the realm of Earth here. Just getting it done, taking the steps, you know, to be a little cheesy, like be the change that you want to see in the world. So here we go. Everything all up in Taurus here. We've got our sun and moon conjunction, which is what a new moon is, in trine to everything that is happening down here in Capricorn. Now, I don't have it selected because it would make the chart a lot busier to have aspects to everything being made or go to all the angles. That doesn't really do you any good, but there's actually a grand trine being made over here to Juno, and Juno very much rules like what our commitments are. So this is sort of what I meant by like tapping into this Virgo energy to activate this grand earth trine here. And Virgo energy is extremely practical and, you know, like has been the theme in this whole video. Just get it done. Look around, see what needs your help that you can sort of direct in the direction that you want to go, and just get it done. So now here we have Venus, the lunation ruler, full conjunction with Mercury right here, bringing in that very wizard-like vibe of really being able to manifest whatever you need or want whenever you just like put the physical effort into it. It's making a square over to Neptune here, which is actually making supportive aspects down over here. Now this is very much like hidden subconscious power, the ability to be disciplined, the ability to put your time into something that is in the end worthwhile. And there's a supportive aspect going up here to Neptune, saying, you know, in Aquarius, saying like, yes, this energy wants to help you have the future and the like highest good that you possibly can, and to think forward and to think what is possible. Neptune is idealism, and honestly this energy is true in Aquarian type energy as well. The boldness to think differently and believe that it can be better. So tap into that. Tap into your innovator, your inner rebel, and believe that you can have the life that you actually want to have based on your values. And if it's coming up, if you're getting into situations right now where you feel like you can't speak your truth, or you feel like you are in a place where your values and self-worth isn't being communicated, now we're going to look over here at Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius, making this big square over to this zone, and is also making this like helpful sextile over to Mars, which then squares the new moon. This is what I'm talking about as far as tower energy. Uranus is sudden, fast, electric-like changes, lightning. It's going to bring you these sort of insights into areas where you might need to redirect. And if you feel like you need to redirect, try and just go with it. Tap into your heart center, tap into your idealism without deceiving yourself. Don't look at a shit sandwich and think that it looks like some sort of tasty burger, because that's a sort of possible situation with Neptune as well. That's not what we're wanting. But we do want to be able to like tap into our higher self and our higher worth and go in the actual directions that we want to go. So I'm not going to go too much longer on here because I feel like it's been pretty jargon heavy, and a lot of the people who are going to start off watching my videos don't know too much about astrology. But if you continue to tune in, we'll be continuing to look at the charts. And for me personally, once I started actually looking at the charts was definitely when it all starts to click into place. Like, for example, what is a trine? It's this blue line, but on a bigger perspective, like it goes between all of the different elements. A grand trine makes a triangle. A square makes a square, you know, so it starts to become easier once you look at the charts. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. Thank you everybody for watching this video. I'm gonna be continuing to make videos like this, talking about the new and full moons, anything else big that's sort of coming up in the world of the sky, and delving into maybe some how-to videos, how to run your chart, that sort of thing. So if you liked this, leave a comment, let me know, like it, subscribe, and we'll have more stuff coming at you soon. Have a wonderful week.